Thank you. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Let's go ahead and kick today's session with security incident form config. Now, in the form config, we have got the SIR Classic, okay, the SIR Classic, and also the Workspace UI comparison. So let's go ahead and talk about that. First thing is first, when it comes to the security incident, so short way to go ahead and access that, SNSI_incident.list. So if you do this, it's going to directly take you to the ServiceNow SIR table. Right here you can see the list of security incidents. So this is the backend here by Personalize for yourself. Not only that, if you want to configure this list, you will go ahead and use the three dots by making right click here. All right, loading is completed. So you're going to make right click, configure, and I like the form builder rather than the old form design or the form layout. I mean, you can, there could be some still people who are still using the old way, form design, right? Or also the form layout. You can, previously in ServiceNow, you can do form design and form layout. Form layout just help you to bring new fields directly into the form. Even you can add some new field sections and so on. But this is my favorite now, the form builder. This is gonna give you a holistic view of your security incident form. You can add fields directly there, sections, type of field, and all in a single place. Very easy, okay? Click form builder. That will open a new tab automatically for you. So you can go back to the other one. Now, once loading is completed, you'll see how cool this is. Will be. So here you got, this is the default view, and that's security incident form, right here. You see those plus button, you can add fields below where you have right now, right there, or also sections. If you click right here, you're gonna automatically create a section. Interesting. And not only that, you can click again existing field right here. If you click it, it's gonna open on the right here another canvas right here. You can go ahead and do whatever you need to do, making the mandatory read-only active, right? The default value, and also choice, right? When it comes to choice, actually, you will go ahead and scroll and find that the choice right here, the choice. And if you click that, you just need to click the view 8. So there are 8. So if you click this one, you're just gonna view them. And these are the choices that are available. The level, no more, hidden things. You can see them directly, the level, the value, because this is the order value, is very important. And which table these choices are in, SNSI incident, okay? And all of them currently active. So you can see them like this. It's very simple. And to add right now, because we're not able to add here because we are not on the right application scope, but to add, you just need to click here, additional choices, so you can be able to add. And once you've done that, you can go ahead and apply. So that's form a builder in a snapshot. Very easy. See, add a field in the table. You can click this, or directly wherever you want to add, you just need to go there and you click add below or add above. So it will automatically add that for you. Perfect. And here are some existing out of the box fields. You can move them from here. You see right here, you can hold them and move them to the form directly. And like I said, this is the view, the default, but you can also take a look at these are different views that we have. Now, the main thing we're going to talk here is a classical view. A classic view, it's a pre-existing UI for security incident form. Is a classical environment, right? The backend environment. This is what you see right here. Any work done on a list and also a form. So your work is done in a list that I showed you a moment ago, and also directly on the form. You can access a next experience UI. This is the next experience UI. Now, this form, it has a header right here. I mean, actually, this is the flow that can show you the process flow. draft currently on analysis. Draft is complete. It's currently under analysis. It's assigned to a user right here, a security incident user or security incident. It's work assigned, work has been doing. So analysis currently being done. Once that complete, it's going to move to contain, eradicate, recovery. Now this is a NIST stateful state representation is right here. So ServiceNow aligned these, what you see right here, the draft, analysis, contain, eradicate, recovery, review, and close to the ServiceNow state field. Okay, it could be, that's actually the sub-state. The state field is right here, right? Analysis, contain, eradicate, and recovery. That's what we have. All right, anything you guys want to know about here, please let me know in the comment. I'm also reviewing the chat. Now, this is the security incident form. And if you scroll down right here, you have the details, okay? Whatever details you can include in this form is right here. The read access, which is also in future ServiceNow added, which means these security incidents recur. So you can have an ability to control who can read this record, this security incident record right now, 0019. You can go ahead and add yourself and also add more people right here by clicking. You can select and we can go ahead and add people who can be able to read. Okay, once you assign them, the roles will be created for them so they can be able to read the security incident. Watch list is another. Privileged access and work note list. Okay, so these are an additional, these are called list collector fields. So you can click this unlock button. When you click it, it's going to get unlocked. You will go ahead and select, and once you're done, you're going to go ahead and lock it. All right, here now, one thing I want to explain here is the description is right here. This is a short description, very 40 character, right? Short description is right here. Now, let me show you in the form builder how cool form builder is. So now, if you go ahead and look the short description on the security incident form using the form builder right here, short description, right? If I click it, I can see now everything without doing, you know, right click, what is the maximum length, and so on and so on. Right here on the right, it's 160 characters that you can write to this short description. So anything above that, it will be tourniqueted. So make sure to have that. Let's say, you know, mainly this is because, I'm going to mention this is because whenever you have an integration with these external sources, right? Could be Splunk or any kind of third-party integration tools, you have to know the value, the character, the maximum character limit each field will give you. Here, for example, it only is 160 characters. Okay, that's how much it can hold this short description. If 300 character came, 400 character came, anything above 160 came, it will be tourniqueted. Okay, you will see that, you know, half of the characters, anything above beyond 160 will be cut away. Okay, that's something we have to consider. Now, that's about the short description. What about the description? So take a look at right description. Again, you just need to click it in the form design, in the form builder. It's very simple. Click it and you will see right here the maximum length of character is 4,000. You can make this beyond, not an issue, but this is what ServiceNow give you, a maximum of 4,000 characters. Work notes, okay. So that's how things work in the form builder. It's a very cool things that ServiceNow added. Now, this is one tab, incident details, related records. Now, anything related to this security incident, which means the parent. If there is any parent security incident, you'll go ahead and see it over here, or you can tag this one as a parent or parent security incident, okay? And also you can go ahead and tie it, parent-child relationship, because one security incident can be tied to another as a parent, or it can be added to another security incident as a child. The other tab right here is the Metri card, currently not available in this instance, plugin required to be installed. So we'll show you that one on another session. Restriction, you can enforce a restriction on this one, not a problem. So you can go ahead and do that. allowed members or allowed groups. Again, this make it super easier to share just these records, security incident record, to a certain group, so they can be able to access the security incident, or members. You can go ahead and enforce that. Okay, great. Now this is, again, we are on the classic UI, on the back end, okay, on the form. Now, upon scrolling down further here, you will have these different related links. These related links is going to be quickly show you or bring you, for example, here at the bottom, we have the configuration item and affected users. And some people might say, hey, I don't have more related a list or a record that relate to this security incident. What did that mean? Configuration item, for example. This security incident is created against a configuration item, or a computer, or a given item that's created against. So if there is any, you will see it here at the bottom, the configuration items. Not a must, okay? You can create a security incident in regard to an employee, in regard to a situation, a building, or anything you can do. You can go ahead and create anything that seems a security violation. So you can go ahead and create, so configuration item, you'll see that. Now, just remember this edit with 3 dot is showing you that you can associate one or more configuration item to these security incidents. So that is also possible. Okay, now the affected users. Now, how many users being affected by this security incident? Let's say if this is a payroll, related to a payroll security that is created here, there could be more than one employees that are going to be impacted or affected by this security incident. So you can go ahead and click the edit button right here and add those people right here. So, any notification, okay, that is configured according to the security incidents, or even, anything that you go ahead and announce. So all that can be configured and tied to those affected users in regard to these security incidents. Now, because ServiceNow, this table on top of table, everything is created through a table, okay? Now, it's because of that, now ServiceNow purposely didn't load those additional related tables right here, but there are a bunch of them. Now, in order to bring those, you can go ahead and click Show All Related Lists. Upon clicking that, hey, a bunch of them is gonna come. Wow, 2 more rows, right? Unmatched affected users, child security incident, similar security incidents, related configuration items, related users, associated observables. Talk about this, it's a big topic, the observables, okay? Response tasks, and again, you work on a security incident using a response task. We'll talk about that also. Associated phishing emails, associated phish headers, citing search details, okay? Even there are some integration that can let you do a citing search directly from ServiceNow against to another tool, all right? Like, for example, the Google phishing system, there's a Google security incident tool that can be also used. Security scan requests, you can do a scan request just for these security incidents. Aggregated notable events, vulnerable items, remediation tasks. So these are all related records to these security incidents. Now, it doesn't mean these are the only. You can go ahead and add, if you have a requirement to add more, again, you can configure this and add additional related records. So you just need to come right here, okay, click right here, right click, configure what? Related lists. These are the records. Upon doing that, leave this session, and now you will be able to see all these different table-to-table relationships can be added to that security incident. Now again, okay, depending on yours requirement, and again, maybe this what you have right there is out of the box may not be practical in your implementation. So talk to your clients and see if these are currently used, so you can go ahead and keep them. If not, if there are additional things, I highly recommend, for example, the vulnerability, vulnerabilities on configuration item. right? So these are some of you can go ahead and add. Okay, the treat lookups. All right, so but this is how we can go ahead and add. And again, remember right here the view. Which view you're going to add? Are you going to add it to the classic UI or the security incident response workspace, right? So gotta make sure right here. So if you add it to the default, and if you also you need to add it to the workspace, that's something you have to do an extra as well, because the default is just gonna make it available in the default in the classic UI. But whatever things you added in the classic, and if you want them in the workspace, so you will go ahead and switch and add them into the workspace. Great. Now let's continue to talk about now security incident response workspace. Response workspace, it's really, see here at the top. Okay, yeah, ServiceNow logo, all your favorites. Okay, your favorites. Got the history right here and the workspace. Yes, the workspace. Now under the workspace, if you take a look at right here, security incident response workspace. That's what ServiceNow created for us. This is an improved user experience and new features with a new type of filters and has much flexibility in compared to the back in the future. Okay, it includes all new UI capabilities. Now, this SIR Classic, we'll take a look at a moment ago, and the workspace UIs are both available for users starting the Utah release. Okay, and the SIR workspace offer this best user experience and flexibility that's built on the ServiceNow Next Experience UI Builder. Okay, so got the overview right here directly. You have the security incidents at the bottom right here, right? So it's going to give you like a quick glance of what are your security incidents by priority, by state, by category, and so on. This is your work, my work. Anyone who logged in, they can see it. This is my work. Now, if I want to change this one and take a look at to my team work right here, my team work. And if I want to pick up something that's not assigned, easier to me or to my team, I can also click unassigned work. Okay, unassigned work. That's much super easy. These are things that are assigned to my team, which means I'm part of that. All right, so now we will go ahead and move to the next part under here, the security incident workspace. So the key point I want to stress out here is the associated observables, the configuration items, the associated phishing emails, and the email search. So if you click right here on this menu, you will take a look at that. This is the security incidents currently available as a list. Okay. You have the shift handlers, right? When you leave your shift, response task, inbound, all these are easy ways to click. So you can go ahead and click, for example, all open, and this is going to bring you every security incidents that are currently, actually, these are response tasks. The response tasks that are currently open to be worked on. All right. Now, the entry point, right? The associated observables, let's go ahead and actually open the security incident that what we have right here. So let's go ahead and open, let's go ahead and open one security incidents right here. Now, as you open the security incidents, you have the details, the overviews right here. It's kind of a very short and small graphic. You can see it by asset type, criticality, and so on, and the description if you have. So the details about the security incident, you'll see that any investigation, if it has done on this security incident, you'll have that, the response task, okay? And also the related records, any related records tied to this security incident record. So the primary objective of investigation canvas, okay? The investigation canvas where you are investigating the security incidents to present the necessary security incident data in one common place. That's the main goal of investigation canvas. Okay. Within this SIR workspace, we have the security incident investigation primarily revolves around the key entry point within the base system. Following, here are a few key entry points that are provisioned for the analyst, security incident analyst, for further incident investigation. We've got the associated observables, okay? The associated observables, right? For this one, they can go ahead and take a look at that. Configuration items, right? When they go ahead and take a look at this, they can go ahead and take a look at the configuration items, associated observables, the configuration items, the affected users, okay? How many users are being affected? Associated phishing emails. Is there any associated phishing emails? That's also another cool part here. The email search. All these, you know, the configuration, the configure, the investigation canvas to add these multiple entry points, parent table record, and the child table record within the security incident response. That's the best part, okay? You got the detail. Right after the detail, you got the investigation part. So this investigation part will give you all of that. The email search, associated phishing emails, unmatched affected users, the affected users, configuration item, associated observables. So remember for your exam to be questioned on this area as well. So under the investigation canvas, what are the things the security analyst will be presented with? Okay, it's the associated observables, configuration item, affected user, unmatched affected users, associated phishing emails, and also the email search. The reimagined investigation canvas gives the security analyst a single, unified workspace to view, correlate, and act on all security incident data efficiently. That's the best thing here. Okay, what are the features here? There's a unified canvas, right? All incident context and actions in one tab. You have a cohesive view, which is you got the key information related to this record, this security incident record, results side by side for any correlations that you need to do. Not only that, you'll have this streamlined workflow, enrich, link, and document without leaving the area canvas. Without leaving your area canvas, you got this, the things that are required for you investigating these security incidents, okay? As I opened, you can see the observables details right here, right? Any related indicators, associated tasks, all the things will be there. So I can just click the X and I'm back to my investigation canvas. Okay, so you got the observables, the threat lookup, right? The citing search, the observable enrichment, other orchestration actions and results. This is the reimagined investigation canvas that ServiceNow built that really brings everything together in a single tab. All the key informations, including the observables, the threat lookup results, the site searches, the enrichment data, and more, you can find them in one place. So this really streamlined setup reduces the need to switch between these different screens and allowing you as an analyst to focus on correlating data and taking action rather than navigating through different interfaces that might waste your time. Okay, so I highly encourage to use the workspace, especially this investigation canvas. There is a latest enhancement on this investigation canvas, has been enhanced multiple times, updated in the latest release as well to include things like, for example, bulk close security incidents from the list view. Okay, you can close a number of security incidents from a list view. That's one cool feature that is added. It wasn't there previously. Now you can close, let's say, security incidents, one or more than one, in a list view. Okay, that's something added. There's a link multiple ITSM incidents to one security incident. Okay, so this one security incident, you can go ahead and add one or more incidents like this, normal incidents to this security incident. So you go to related records, then after that you have incidents. Okay, configuration item, affected and matched related users. Let's see, threats, phishing, related security incidents, right? The parent, the child, SLA, source event, endpoint. So these security incidents can be created from another incident. So that time you can also tag. So not seeing it as a related record right here, security incident, post-incident review. Yes, but that's also a new feature ServiceNow added, so to relate to the ITSM incident to one security incident, okay? Multiple ITSM incident, linking multiple ITSM incident to one security incident. You have a faster search when linking associated observables. That's also a cool enhancement. This investigation canvas in the ServiceNow workspace got. There's a playbook, okay? This playbook component will also work only for the process automation designer, PAD, that was built process and not for the flow designer build process. So what do you use to build this one? Process automation designer. So playbook components will work only for the process automation designer, PAD. That's build process and not for a designer build flow. Now, a playbook is visible only if at least one playbook associated with the security incident. The playbook component will work only for the process automation designer, okay? Build processes and not for the flow designer build flow. For this existing flow designer enabled flow, it will continue to work and activities will continue to be rendered as a response task. You can invoke playbook automatically for a playbook, okay? To be invoked automatically, there needs to be a process defined using the process automation designer. So what you need to use PAD, process automation designer, to go ahead and link a given playbook and how it's going to be showing for a given type of security incident. Now the ServiceNow Security Incident Response Workspace. Now one of the key features of this workspace, not just the analysts, they can work on the security incident that is assigned to them, but also they can collaborate with others as well, okay? Collaboration is going to give them a daily status reporting as well, overall status report. So if I go ahead and open right here, for example, click the home button, you can see the status report. Let's say it's going to give you a report by priority, state, and category. So these are a very quick and easy reports that are available right here, and you can see them. So that's a very good thing. You don't need to ask like, hey, how many priority one incidents we have, or how many incidents we have by state, which are currently in contained state or eradicate state or recovery state. So at a glance, you have that. And not only that, the good part right here is you can go ahead and download the status report and send it to your manager, or even the manager, they can log in and access it. So it's very simple that, okay? And here at the bottom, you got the list of security incidents that are tied to this. The security incident workspace is to connect your security team and IT teams together, okay? Remember that. Your security team, okay? These are the security teams. These are the ones that are working on the security incident. And the IT teams, again, IT is the broader IT. It could be the HR and so on. IT teams, they can hand in hand work, and they respond faster and efficiently to threats, any threat that are impacting your organization, and view your organization security posture. As simple as that, using this workspace. has enhanced and updated with the latest. Now, there are some additional enhancements ServiceNow added on the security incident response form right here. Let me show you the shift handler. This is the shift handler is a very cool feature ServiceNow added. This help you to select like a shift when a configuration, when you configure something like a shift handover record that need to be created. So you no longer need to enter the start date and also the end date as a shift handover. So go ahead and open right here. For example, these are assigned to the team. If I go all, actually I don't have any, but I can go ahead and create a shift handler. So there's no template. Oh, there is a sample shift template. Perfect. Okay, let's go ahead and do MK. Here is a group, SIRT. We can use that group. Anything that are currently in draft, don't have any drop down. So the groups are already right here, and you will go ahead and create, not an issue. Once you create that, you see shift handover note. It's gonna give, create this a very good document right here, giving the shift details, the date, the shift timing, the region, the SOC team, the shift handover form, right? From which team to which team is going to. What are the key incidents? Incident monitor, previously you don't have this kind of feature. You don't even hand over the security incident. So the next shift doesn't have this kind of report, maybe orally or at all they may not. You just need to go back and see, okay, which incident would you have to work and so on. So it's really save a lot of time. So this automatically create this form for you. The details you can go ahead and add from which team to which team is going to go, outstanding action items, and this is a template that's going to go ahead and generate for you. You'll go ahead and save this one, templates. That's how you can easily hand over. So the security incident response workspace got that one. Okay. Yes. These response shift handover report from the side panel to auto populate a report with the incident details for your next team. That's what it exactly did for you. Based on whatever content that you have, it generated for you. Okay. As the inbound user reported phishings. Okay, linking multiple ITSM incidents, one SIR, that's also an enhancement ServiceNow added. Enhanced search on a link associated observables, that's also user presence in the workspace. You can see individuals or avatars for other viewing the same record. Okay, if someone view the same security incident while I'm viewing it, you can see as an avatar or also that user right here. So, okay, someone is also looking the same incident. You can go ahead and have a discussion on, hey, what are you doing on these incidents? Are you going to work on it? And so on. So that's collaborative discussions can also be done directly. So this workspace has enhanced a lot. So let me give you a quick overview. Maybe some of you might join it a little bit late right here. We have the classical view of the security incident, the old-fashioned, the classical, okay? That's for creation and also working in related lists and so on. But when it comes to the security incident workspace, it has more enhanced view. Clicking home right here, right? It's gonna give you a quick report by priority, how many incidents you have by priority, by state, by category, right? Not only that, if you click this hamburger menu or the list menu, and you can do so much thing on your security incidents. Okay, shift handover when you are handovering a shift, response task, you can see them all opens, and inbound actions, user reported phishings. So those gonna stay right here for you. Even the assessments, you can take a look at that. And upon opening one security incident, let's see, let's pick a different security incident one in review, for example. Okay, if I open this one right here, you will have an investigation canvas. This investigation canvas will give you, these are what you need really to investigate the security incidents. Any associated observables, okay? Configuration items. By the way, as you have an integration, these observables will also get populated from these different tools. Like, for example, Splunk. If you have a Splunk ES, that will also populate your observables for you. Configuration items. Okay, as you create this security incident, what are the configuration items that are impacted? So you will see those. Affected users. Do you have any users that are impacted by the security incident? Okay, you can have one or more. I gave earlier about the payroll. You have a payroll. You created a security incident that might impact more than one employees in your company. So you're going to go ahead and associate that and match the affected users. Phishings, email search, the same thing. So all these, what you need to do an investigation on this. Then once you do that, what? Get a response right here. Now, users with SI admin role can also access the classical UI list by navigating to the security incident form. SI admin, they can go ahead and access the backend by going here, all SN underscore SI underscore incident dot list. That's how they can access it if you have SI admin role backend. But those who doesn't have that role, you can provide them the backend access depending on the module's role. So security incident in the SIR workspace, it's really reimagined interface that really provide the next generation user experience for security analyst and SOC manager. Using the application, the security analyst, they can manage the life cycle of the security incident from the initial assessment or analysis to containment, eradication, and also recovery. Okay, so what are the key takeaways from what we have covered? There's a field on the details tab that can be modified via form builder, which I showed you earlier. So whatever field you need to create or sections is super easy now. You click the 3-line right here, the hamburger menu, configure. You can do a form builder. That's become my really favorite one, the form builder, instead of using the old-fashioned form design or form layout, because the form build will really give you everything in one place. You can create a section, a field. You can determine the field type, any choice that need to be associated, and so on. So users, they can switch working either in workspace and also in a platform view. It's very simple now because you have that button right there, switch to SIR workspace. So you are working directly here, use this UI action. By clicking it, you can immediately switch to a workspace view. Okay, so these are the things that are really enhanced. And also here ServiceNow added time worked. Okay, this is gonna count, right? It's gonna count, continue. Since this SIR being created, we're gonna continue counting the time worked on the security incident. There are some things that need to be further worked on, but at least you have time worked. For example, if you switch from one user to the other user, what will happen? Okay, all those things. What about during the night when you are not working on the security incident? All those things. But I open this form, and as I am working on it, it will continue counting. So 135, for example, 135. This is a security incident right here. Copy that. Duplicate here. So if I open in a new tab, see, so it's restart over. So if you open it again in a new tab, duplicate, open, you lost whatever things that you have right there. Those are yeah, best way to contact is you can reach me here in the comment, or also you can reach us directly to the ServiceNowStar, contact at ServiceNowStar. So you can send contact at ServiceNowStar. Okay, so those are some of the things ServiceNow have to work on. Okay, let's say you have 42 seconds, 43 seconds. If I duplicate this one, I'm gonna lose whatever those 42 seconds I've been working on that one. So what about, you see, become back starting from 1. Now, what about I worked on this one, right? And then I closed it. Okay, this one is still continuing. I'm going to close that too. So these are some of the things ServiceNow will continue to enhance in the future, but at least we have that there. Users can switch between the backend in the platform view, and this is the form builder. Very cool. Creating a new field, as simple as that. Clicking the add button right here. If you want to add just below this one, you click add. And once you do that, you will have this new canvas will come. You can add a field in the table, type of the field, you can go ahead and add. You can select from all sorts of different fields that originally we don't even have. Like here, timestamp, icon, HTML. Wow, these are all cool, different field types. So you give it a name, a column name will automatically populate it right there. Then clicking add will go ahead and automatically add that new field for you. Let's go ahead and cancel it. What about the section? Section is a simple, because this is one section right here. Okay, the 2 column. You can go ahead and scroll down. That's a big canvas, right? Now, this is one section right here, security incident. So if I click right here, you can add a new section at the bottom next to it. Whew. Very cool. Very cool. Now, another cool part is the security incident response task. Let's talk about that, the response task. Now, managing security incidents is through the response task. You might have a client, they work on these different kind of tools to manage a security incident, maybe an email, maybe these different kinds of tools. Now, what do ServiceNow is bring everything in one place for you as a single system of record. So you have the security incident right here, and at the bottom you can create a response task. Okay, response task. Now, I can go ahead and click show all related records, and you have the response task. If I click a new response task for this security incident, look what's going to happen. It's automatically create a response task for me, getting the configuration item, whatever the default priority that we have, and then giving you a state of a draft at the beginning. Okay. Now, what I need is to populate the short description. Let's go ahead and put that test as a short description. Description is a 4,000 character. Now, as I put short description test, because I am working on a task, a response task, then additional different types of task previously been worked will come for you as a knowledge result. Okay, right here, for example, penetration test. So I can click that penetration test, and then I can see right here, read about this. Because this is a penetration testing, I say test. Because of that short description, it will bring in any related knowledge articles that can help me to manage these response tasks, to manage these security incidents. Okay, not interested in any of those. I'll go ahead and continue, add another test right here, and then save this response task. Now, what I saved, see the state of this response task. It will start as a draft currently. Right? Once you get assigned, it will be ready. Let's go ahead and assign without even touching that. Let's go ahead and put, we have an assignment group, application security. And then from that, let's see if we find one user and assign that and go ahead and save it. What happened after that? You see, it was ready and automatically assigned. Perfect. Move to unassigned state. I have not touched the state field right here because this has the details and get assignment group and assign to an individual security analyst who can work on this one. Then the state will automatically move to unassigned state. Now, ServiceNow use the NIST stateful as a default process configuration for the security incident. Okay, there are baseline other frameworks we can use, like the NIST stateful, NIST open, or SANS open. Okay, remember that NIST stateful is the default as the default process definition that we have, but in addition to that, we have the NIST open and SANS open, SANS open. I highly encourage to use the NIST stateful, which is already configured there for you. So security incident response process definition replace the state flow and provide a user with service desk with a status of a problem. So process definition really help track the problem through the life cycle. Security incident response, service management application, it has its own set of states. Invalid states are reported as part of the process selection. So you try to select different process. Now let me quickly show you where you can find these configuration of the stateful. So you can come right here and search for security incident administration. Security incident, the security incident administration. So you got response task. Go further down. Administration right here. Processes. Okay, you got processes, process selection, and there's process definition. What we look for is the process definition. So if I click that, this is where you can select. You can create your own process, not a problem, but it will require using script include, business rule, and so on. But this is the default, the NIST stateful. The order is 100 right there. Okay, you follow the NIST 800 base, the process flow states will vary based on the current state of the incident. NIST stateful. Open this, the new tab. Right here, the name, the script include, that's what I said earlier. So if you need to create, gotta duplicate the script include, and then make a modification to that script include so you can create your own process definition. But I don't encourage that. It's good to use or leverage the existing out-of-the-box process definition that ServiceNow created, which is the NIST stateful. But there's other options, the NIST open, the SANS open, right? You can go ahead and leverage those as well. Now, if you like to create your own or make any change to existing, so you need to create a script include, you need to define a process calling that script include, and then use these processes that you created, okay? So those are the steps you have to follow if you need to create your own process definition, if the client is interested on that part. But it's highly encourageable to just use the existing one. But you never know. Some clients might say, hey, I need to use my own process. Here is my process. Most government clients are okay with using the NIST stateful. That's the default that ServiceNow has created. But depending on the situation, you may need to create their own process definition. Take a look at if there's any comments. what is the practice assignment group and assign to? Okay, the practice on assignment group, you can automatically set the assignment group based on the category, the type of security incident response tasks that need to be created. Okay, you can go ahead and create that auto assign to the group, but the assign to that part, users in security incident analysts, they can go ahead and pick the security incident, or you can also use a triage. Those can be assigned to a given users. So that's what it is. Assignment group is you are assigning a given security incident to a group of individuals who share a common role to work on a security incident. Okay, that's what it is. Very good question. If you're still here, Richard, let me know if that answer is. Now, for demonstration purpose, okay, I will go ahead and show you what will happen if I change a process from stateful to a NIST open. Okay, now sans open, then we're gonna raise a security incident from the response workspace to set the default view. Okay, let's go ahead and change. Actually, I need to see, yes, let's make this one 50. Refresh, pull. All right, NIST. So let's come here, security incident. And move to the workspace, security incident response workspace. You might have a little bit of different. Go to the list view and let's create a new security incident. New security incident test. Draft analysis contain eradicate recovery. So far so good. So if I go ahead and save, okay, business impact automatically calculated and then assigned to CTA Mohammed Kemal. See, it auto assigned. So there are some rules that are already configured in the system. Investigation, we got all the things that we can go ahead and investigate. So let's see the overview of the security incidents. Okay, not that much detail there. Substates. States contain eradicate and recovery. Analysis contain eradicate. Under analysis, it can be any of these: pending problem, pending change, or pending incident. Right, so now understand right here a couple of things. The NIST stateful, okay, the NIST stateful state is this one. What is analysis contain eradicate and recovery? When it comes to the sans open, let's see, process definition. The sans open is different. That will give you identification, draft, contain, eradicate, recovery, review, and close. Security incident administration. Okay, so you have process selection. That's where you're gonna select the process. See, currently is NIST stateful. So we're gonna go ahead and select from NIST stateful to sans open. So let's go ahead and just change this one to the sans open right here. As I changing and then save it. All right, let's see, everything is there. So let's go ahead and now This is a security incident that we just created. So if I come right here, go to all, not an issue. So if I create a new security incident, the state should be different now, okay? Earlier we have analysis, contain, eradicate, and recovery. Now, because I changed the process, I only see now, I can see now more states, because these states are determined, okay? These state choices are determined by the process that I am selecting, the process definition. That's what it is. ServiceNow created for us 4 different process definitions, okay? The NIST stateful, that is out of the box, which is also the default, but you can switch to a sans open. So talk to your client before they start implementing security incidents. Talk to them. It is what you need, which is draft, analysis, contain, eradicate, recovery, review, and close, or what is the other one? Okay, if I come right here, I don't think this is gonna get updated. So if I come right here, set level choices, yes, let me show you right here now. Oh yeah, it's automatically changed. Okay, unless I have a screenshot, I don't have, because it's automatically changed. So, but this is the choices that is automatically coming based on the process definition that is selected. Okay, let's go ahead and switch to and again, remember NIST stateful, that's the out of the box, and the default sans open, that's what you just experienced. Or the NIST open. So NIST open, let's go ahead and save. Let's go ahead and save and refresh from here. Let's see. If you do that, okay, actually the good way is to go ahead and create a new security incident, because that's going to trigger the backend process. Okay, yes, analysis, contain, eradicate, recovery, review. Okay, that's what we have. Now let's go ahead and change these two from NIST open to NIST stateful, same to the back to the original. So save it, save it, save it, save it. So this is a high risk file that may get updated again in later. Yes. So whatever change you need to make right here, it's a high risk. So warning, ServiceNow put for you. Make sure when you change this one, this may not go to your upgrade. So you have to be responsible on it, because we are changing. This is a big thing. You don't change it like after you implement for 6 months and then, hey, I'm going to change. And that's going to cause a data issue. Okay, a data issue. So let's go ahead and create a new security incident from right here. And what will happen now? Back to the NIST stateful. Draft, analysis, contain, eradicate, and recovery. So these are, ServiceNow is really generous that give you these different process definitions for you. They created already, originally, if they just give you NIST stateful, right? This is up to you to create a sans open or a different custom one. But the ServiceNow, based on the current different standard, a lot of clients, especially the government area, they use the NIST stateful, but there is a possibility some clients might need the sans open, which has more broken states than the stateful one. Got it? Because the sans open will give you identification draft. Once you identify, it's a draft. Then you gotta contain, eradicate, recovery, review, and close. But the NIST stateful only has 4 states. Analysis, okay? And then you contain. You jump the draft and you contain. You analyze, you are immediately to contain. And then you eradicate and recover. Boom. Okay, all right. All right, guys, let me know if you guys have any question on the security incident process definition. Now switching from one to the other, this must be done It must be done at the beginning of your implementation of security incidents. Shouldn't be done in the middle or after some time. That can cause a big problem. But the box is the NIST stateful, which is a default, I can say. But you can create your own, and to create that, you need a script include. You need to create a process definition to that and connect all those pieces together. And that require a person with a developer with a script include knowledge. Okay. So the states that a security incident move through can be customized via a process definition and a script include. Okay, you can do that, but a state that match your SANS open or NIST open are predefined in the baseline. Open means that a user can move freely between the states, okay, if it is open. So like I said, the stateful is defined. The state is defined, the stateful. You can't move from one state to the other. It should automatically. But so NIST open, it is an open. That means NIST open means you can move from one to the other with no issue. You don't need to do, for example, you don't need to do containment before eradication. Okay, so you can do vice versa. In open one, because that's open. The users they can freely move. Okay, and earlier, if you see me, when I switch it from NIST open to NIST stateful, stateful is gonna statefy. You can't move from one state to the other. Okay, unless you complete the pre-existing one. But the NIST open, you are free to go from one state, jumping one, the other, and then move to the other one. That's what it is. SANS open, the same thing. SANS open, you can move from one and jump to the other one. Okay, you don't need to go step by step. SANS open. All right, so really one give you the freedom, the other one doesn't give you freedom, so you have to go step by step. Okay, the stateful means the user's state is restricted on where they can move between the states. Okay, that's just a simple explanation, and that can really help you to answer any questions that come on this area. Next time, we're going to talk about the risk scoring. After a few minutes, joining me back on next session to talk about risk scoring in ServiceNow. I'll give you a detailed explanation and also a detailed demo on that on the next live session. We'll do it shortly. Thank you for joining me. This is Mohammed Kemal, your certified technical architect.